They had stopped off at the apartment to pick up Jenna's toothbrush and PJs, plus enough clothes for 2 days. Tobias and Raphael had stayed in the car, only Mrs. Marcus had gone upstairs with Jenna, and then she had waited in the hall. The woman obviously disliked her for some reason. Perhaps she was still wishing she could swap Jenna for one of the other girls. It was only when the 4 of them were back in the car, the same when Jenna and Bea had been parked outside the school that morning, or had seen parked outside school that morning, that it really hit home that she was not imagining all this. Jenna knew she should have been jumping for joy, but all she felt was nervous and scared. If only Bea was with me, or anyone else I know. I'm not a brave person, yet I'm headed to the airport with 3 complete strangers, flying to the movie studio for the weekend, and I don't even know where it is. Here we are. I'll get your bag. That's the airport? Oh, you didn't think we were flying on a coach on some commercial airline, did you? I'll bet that's the only way you've flown before, right? But now that you're in the movie business, you'll have to get used to this. Our own private plane. Not scared, are you? Yes. She wished she could go back. It was bad enough to be flying into an unknown destination with 3 total strangers, but at least on an ordinary plane where there would have been a lot of people, normal people sitting around her, all around her, talking about their normal destination and having a normal fear of flying, just like her. Maybe then everything would have seemed like everyday normality. Instead, she was supposed to get into this little private plane, which only had 6 seats. You'll love it, you'll see. It'll be a very smooth flight, no turbulence forecast, and you'll be able to watch the sunset over the sea. We'll be there in just 2 hours. If you say so. There you are. Your seatbelt's nice and secure. I've never flown before. Ever. There's a first time for everything. I don't know what... The propeller started to spin, the engine roared, and she stopped in mid-sentence. She would have had to lean across the aisle and shout into the lady's ear. The noise was so loud. Mrs. Marcus said something, but Jenna could only see her lips moving. Then the plane jerked into motion and went faster and faster, until suddenly Jenna felt the nose lift and they were off the ground. So this is flying. It's so simple, and you soar up so quickly into the sky, up and up, so easily and so naturally. That wasn't so bad, was it? No, not at all. The plane shuddered a little, kind of like a car in a road packed with potholes, and then they were above the clouds. For a moment, Jenna closed her eyes. The brightness of the light was blinding, and suddenly she felt happy. They chose me! Me! I'm flying above the clouds on a private plane because I've got the right presents. Me! Not Bea, not Anna, not Kate, me! And when I go to school on Monday, I can tell them all about it. As long as it doesn't sound like I'm bragging, of course. The only annoying thing was that she hadn't brought a camera, and her cell phone was too old to have one. Otherwise, she could have taken photos of the little plane, of the clouds outside the windows, of the 2 guys sitting at the controls. And she could also have taken pictures of the final audition over the next 2 days. Without photos, without proof. The others back at home might not even believe her. Chewing gum? No, thank you. Maybe Jenna had been mistaken about her. Maybe the woman didn't think she was unsuitable after all. Maybe she always had that unfriendly look on her face. Some people did. You could even feel sorry for them. The clouds beneath disappeared, and a great expanse of sapphire blue water stretched out below as far as the eye could see. What's that? The North Sea. First we'll fly directly north, then we'll turn. Really? Where are we actually going? She was surprised at herself. Why hadn't she asked for them earlier? To Scandia, of course. But when we start a descent, you should chew some gum. It helps relieve the pressure in your ears. Find Lyman as quickly as possible. That would be the best thing to do. Sitting up reading all night hadn't helped a bit. But how to travel? Not by rail or bus, obviously. Too many people watching. What other alternative was there? Perhaps it would be possible to stop a car. It would be way too far on foot. And everyone would stare at a small stranger in an extra-large checkered jacket. But there was no choice to hitch a ride. The sleepless hours made that clear. But what would Lyron say when this stranger suddenly turned up on his doorstep, even if everything could be explained? Regardless, reaching Lyron was the answer. With luck, Lyron meant safety, and if possible, find another coat. Checks were too conspicuous, and a skinny kid in an extra-large checkered jacket would make anybody turn and look. Still, it was impossible to go without a coat altogether. It was too cold in the mornings, even though it was summer. And it was even worse at night, especially here in the north, with its bright, clear skies. At least the cap was plain enough not to attract attention.